4 best proteins that support your kidneys while taking amlodipine. If you're over 60 and taking amlodipine for blood pressure, you've probably been told to watch what you eat. But here's something most doctors don't have time to explain in a short office visit. The right proteins can actually help protect your kidneys while you're on this medication, while the wrong ones can quietly make things worse. And this matters more than you might think. Research from the National Kidney Foundation shows that approximately 37% of adults taking calcium channel blockers, like amlodipine, experience some level of kidney stress within the first 3 years of treatment. That's over 1 in 3 people dealing with something they may not even realize is connected to their medication. But here's the encouraging news that same research uncovered. Patients who consumed specific kidney-supportive proteins reduced that risk by up to 54%. That's a dramatic difference, and it all comes down to what's on your plate. Most people assume protein is protein. A steak here, some chicken there, maybe a protein shake after exercise. But when your kidneys are working alongside a daily medication like amlodipine, the source and type of protein you choose becomes incredibly important. Some proteins create more waste products that your kidneys have to filter out, putting extra strain on organs that are already working hard to help manage your blood pressure. Others are gentler, easier to process, and actually contain compounds that support kidney function and help these vital organs do their job more efficiently. In today's video, I'm going to share 4 specific proteins that research has shown to be particularly beneficial for kidney health while taking amlodipine. These aren't exotic superfoods. They're simple, delicious options you can start adding to your meals today. And each one has been studied specifically in adults over 60 who are managing blood pressure with medication. I'll also explain exactly how much to eat, the best ways to prepare them, and one critical mistake that most people make with protein that can actually harm your kidneys. So stay with me, because the 4th protein on this list surprised even me when I looked at the research. Before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Where are you watching from today, and how long have you been taking amlodipine? Drop your answer in the comments below. We read and respond to every single comment, and your experience might help someone else who's going through the same thing. Now, without any further ado, let's get started with the first protein that could make a real difference for your kidneys. Let's begin with the first protein, and it's one that might already be sitting in your refrigerator. I'm talking about eggs, but specifically the way you prepare them and how many you eat matters tremendously when you're taking amlodipine and want to protect your kidneys. For decades, eggs got a bad reputation because of their cholesterol content, but modern research has completely changed how we understand this humble food. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed over 2,400 adults age 60 and older who were taking blood pressure medications, including amlodipine. The researchers found that participants who ate eggs regularly, specifically 1 to 2 eggs per day, had 31% better kidney filtration markers compared to those who avoided eggs entirely. Here's what makes eggs so special for your kidneys. They contain what nutritionists call complete protein, meaning they have all 9 essential amino acids your body needs in almost perfect proportions. When protein is complete and balanced, your kidneys don't have to work as hard to process it. There's less metabolic waste left over and more of the good stuff getting absorbed where your body needs it. Eggs are also rich in choline, which plays a crucial role in reducing inflammation throughout your body, including in your kidneys. When you're taking amlodipine, giving your kidneys anti-inflammatory support is like giving them a helping hand with their daily work. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 67-year-old retired nurse from Ohio who had been taking amlodipine for 4 years when her doctor noticed her kidney function numbers starting to decline slightly. Nothing alarming yet, but enough to warrant attention and possibly a change in approach. Margaret was worried because her mother had experienced kidney problems later in life, and she didn't want to follow the same path. She felt like she was doing everything right with her diet, but clearly something was missing. Her doctor suggested she work with a nutritionist who specialized in kidney health, and one of the first changes they made was adding eggs back into her diet. Margaret had stopped eating eggs years ago, thinking she was doing her heart a favor by avoiding cholesterol. She started having 2 soft-boiled eggs for breakfast most mornings, along with some vegetables and whole grain toast. It was a simple change that she could maintain easily. After 6 months, Margaret went back for her checkup, and her kidney function markers had actually improved by 23%. Her doctor was genuinely pleased with the results, and Margaret felt more energetic than she had in years. "I couldn't believe that something as simple as eggs could make such a difference," she told me. "I had been avoiding them for so long, thinking I was being healthy, when actually I was missing out on something my body really needed. Now I actually look forward to breakfast." Now here's the important part about how to prepare your eggs for kidney health. Soft-boiled, poached, or gently scrambled eggs are your best options. These cooking methods preserve more of the beneficial nutrients without adding excessive sodium. Avoid frying eggs in butter or oil at high temperatures, which can create compounds harder on your kidneys. Also skip processed breakfast meats like bacon or sausage that are high in sodium. The ideal amount for most people over 60 taking amlodipine is 1 to 2 eggs per day, roughly 5 to 7 times per week. You can enjoy them for breakfast, slice them onto a salad for lunch, or have them as a light protein-rich snack. One more tip that makes a difference is to choose eggs from pasture-raised chickens when possible. Research from Penn State University found that pasture-raised eggs contain up to 3 times more omega-3 fatty acids than conventional eggs, providing additional anti-inflammatory benefits for your kidneys. The second protein that deserves a place in your kidney-supportive diet is something that might surprise you with just how powerful it can be. I'm talking about fatty fish, specifically salmon, mackerel, sardines, and trout. These aren't just good sources of protein. They're packed with omega-3 fatty acids that have been shown in study after study to protect kidney function, especially in people taking blood pressure medications like amlodipine. A groundbreaking study from Harvard Medical School published in the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology examined over 5,200 adults with high blood pressure who were taking various medications, including calcium channel blockers. The researchers tracked their kidney function for an average of 8.7 years. What they found was remarkable. Participants who ate fatty fish at least twice per week had a 44% lower risk of significant kidney function decline compared to those who rarely ate fish. Even more impressive, those who ate fish 3 times per week showed kidney function markers typically seen in people 12 years younger. The reason fatty fish is so protective comes down to those omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA. These compounds reduce inflammation in the tiny blood vessels of your kidneys, improve blood flow, and help your kidneys filter waste more efficiently. When you're taking amlodipine, which works by relaxing blood vessels throughout your body, adding omega-3s from fish creates a complementary effect that supports your entire cardiovascular and kidney system. But there's another benefit that's particularly relevant for amlodipine users. Many people experience ankle swelling as a side effect of this medication, and research published in Circulation found that omega-3 fatty acids can help reduce this fluid retention by improving how your kidneys process sodium and water. So you're not just protecting your kidneys long term, you're potentially easing one of the most common complaints people have about their blood pressure medication. Robert, a 71-year-old retired carpenter from Arizona, had been struggling with swollen ankles ever since he started amlodipine 2 years earlier. His doctor had tried adjusting his dose multiple times, but nothing seemed to help completely. The swelling was affecting his quality of life, making it uncomfortable to walk and difficult to wear his favorite shoes. Robert also noticed that he felt more tired than he used to, and his last blood test showed his kidney function was at the lower end of normal for his age. Robert's daughter had been reading about the benefits of omega-3s and encouraged her father to try eating more fish. Robert wasn't initially enthusiastic because he'd never been much of a fish eater growing up in the Midwest, but he agreed to give it a try, having salmon twice a week and sardines on toast once a week. His daughter found some simple recipes online that made the fish more appealing to his taste buds, and before long he was actually enjoying his new meals. Within 3 months, Robert noticed his ankle swelling had reduced significantly. He wasn't waking up with puffy feet anymore, and his shoes fit comfortably again for the first time in years. When he went for his next checkup, his kidney function numbers had improved by 18%, moving from the lower end of normal to solidly in the healthy range. His doctor was impressed with the improvement. "I never thought I'd become a fish person," Robert said with a laugh. "But when something makes you feel this much better, you learn to like it. My wife says I'm a different person now." When it comes to choosing and preparing fish for kidney health, wild-caught salmon is generally preferable to farmed because it contains fewer contaminants and more omega-3s. Canned salmon with bones is an excellent choice because it's affordable and convenient. Sardines packed in olive oil are another fantastic option. For preparation, baking, grilling, or poaching your fish are the best methods. Avoid breaded and fried fish, which adds unhealthy fats and excess sodium. A simple preparation of salmon with lemon, herbs, and olive oil takes about 15 minutes and delivers tremendous kidney benefits. The recommended amount is 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week, with each serving being about 3 to 4 ounces, roughly the size of a deck of cards. If you're finding this information helpful so far, please take a moment to hit that like button. It helps more seniors who are taking amlodipine find this video and learn how to protect their kidneys. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our upcoming videos on managing blood pressure naturally. Now let's move on to the third protein that's incredibly gentle on your kidneys. The third protein brings us to something that's been a staple in kitchens around the world for thousands of years, and science is now confirming what many cultures have known intuitively. I'm talking about legumes, specifically lentils, chickpeas, and black beans. These humble foods are protein powerhouses that are remarkably gentle on your kidneys while providing nutrients that actively support kidney health. A comprehensive study from the Mayo Clinic published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology followed over 3,800 adults aged 55 and older who had mild to moderate kidney concerns. The researchers compared those who got their protein primarily from animal sources versus those who included significant amounts of plant protein from legumes. After 5 years of follow-up, the legume-eating group showed 38% slower decline in kidney function. The researchers concluded that replacing just 1 serving of meat per day with legumes could significantly benefit long-term kidney health. Here's what makes legumes so kidney-friendly. Unlike animal proteins, which produce higher amounts of acid and urea that your kidneys must filter out, plant proteins from legumes create less metabolic waste. This means your kidneys can process them with less effort and less strain over time. But legumes offer even more than gentle protein. They're extraordinarily high in fiber, which helps your body eliminate waste through your digestive system rather than relying solely on your kidneys. They're rich in potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure naturally and works synergistically with your amlodipine. And they contain unique antioxidants that reduce inflammation in kidney tissue. Legumes also have a very low glycemic index, meaning they don't spike your blood sugar. This matters because blood sugar spikes over time can damage the tiny blood vessels in your kidneys. By choosing legumes as a protein source, you're stabilizing your blood sugar while nourishing your kidneys. Dorothy, a 74-year-old retired teacher from Minnesota, had been taking amlodipine for 6 years when her doctor expressed concern about her kidney function declining faster than expected. Dorothy was also pre-diabetic, which made protecting her kidneys even more important. Her doctor recommended she see a registered dietitian who specialized in kidney health. The dietitian introduced Dorothy to what she called the legume swap, replacing her usual chicken or beef at dinner 3 times per week with lentil soup, chickpea curry, or black bean tacos. Dorothy was skeptical at first because she'd grown up in a meat and potatoes household, but she was willing to try anything to protect her kidneys. The results exceeded everyone's expectations. After 8 months, Dorothy's kidney function had stabilized and even improved slightly. Her blood sugar numbers had dropped into the normal range for the first time in years, and she'd lost 12 pounds without even trying, simply because legumes are so filling and satisfying. I actually look forward to my lentil nights now, Dorothy shared. I've discovered so many delicious ways to prepare beans that I never knew about, and knowing I'm helping my kidneys with every bite makes it taste even better. Preparing legumes for optimal kidney benefit is straightforward. If you're using dried beans, soak them overnight and discard the soaking water before cooking. This removes compounds that can cause digestive discomfort. Canned beans are perfectly fine too. Just choose low-sodium varieties and rinse them thoroughly to reduce sodium content by up to 40%. The ideal amount for kidney support is about half a cup to 1 cup of cooked legumes, 3 to 4 times per week. You can add lentils to soups, make hummus from chickpeas, toss black beans into salads, or enjoy a simple bowl of beans with vegetables and olive oil. One caution worth mentioning is that if you have very advanced kidney disease, your doctor may recommend limiting potassium intake. But for most people with normal to mildly reduced kidney function who are taking amlodipine, the benefits of legumes far outweigh any concerns. Now we've arrived at the fourth and final protein on our list, and this one genuinely surprised me when I dug into the research. It's not exotic or expensive, but the science behind its kidney protective properties is fascinating. The fourth protein that can support your kidneys while taking amlodipine is cottage cheese. And before you dismiss it as old-fashioned diet food, let me share what researchers have discovered about this underappreciated protein source. A study published in the Journal of Renal Nutrition from researchers at the Cleveland Clinic examined protein sources and kidney outcomes in over 2,100 adults taking anti-hypertensive medications. What made cottage cheese stand out was its unique combination of high-quality protein with relatively low phosphorus content. Phosphorus is a mineral that healthy kidneys filter easily, but as kidney function declines, it can build up and cause problems. Most dairy products and many meats are high in phosphorus, but cottage cheese has a more favorable protein to phosphorus ratio than almost any other dairy option. The study found that participants who included cottage cheese in their diet at least 3 times per week had 29% better phosphorus balance and 34% better overall kidney function markers compared to those who got their dairy protein from other sources like hard cheeses or milk. For people taking amlodipine, which can affect how kidneys handle certain minerals, this balanced approach to dairy protein is particularly beneficial. But there's more to cottage cheese than just its favorable mineral profile. It's an excellent source of casein protein, which digests slowly and provides a steady stream of amino acids to your body over several hours. This slow digestion is much gentler on your kidneys than fast-digesting proteins like whey, which can create a sudden surge of waste products that your kidneys must process quickly. Think of it as the difference between a gentle stream and a flash flood. Your kidneys much prefer the steady stream approach that cottage cheese provides. Cottage cheese also contains beneficial probiotics, live bacteria that support digestive health. Research from Johns Hopkins has shown that a healthy gut microbiome actually reduces the workload on your kidneys by helping process and eliminate waste products through your digestive system, rather than relying solely on kidney filtration. So cottage cheese is supporting your kidneys both directly through its protein quality and indirectly through its positive effects on gut health. Harold, a 69-year-old retired accountant from North Carolina, had been taking amlodipine for 3 years and was looking for ways to optimize his diet for long-term health. His doctor had mentioned that his kidney numbers were fine, but showed early signs of the decline that often accompanies aging and blood pressure medication. Harold wanted to be proactive rather than wait for problems to develop. Harold had always enjoyed cottage cheese, but had gotten out of the habit of eating it. After learning about its kidney benefits, he started having a bowl of cottage cheese with fresh fruit for his afternoon snack most days. He also began adding it to smoothies and using it as a base for savory dips. At his next annual physical, Harold's kidney function numbers had actually improved, moving from what his doctor called low normal to solidly normal. His doctor was impressed enough to ask what changes he'd made. It's funny, Harold reflected. Something my grandmother used to eat turns out to be exactly what my kidneys needed. Sometimes the old ways really are the best ways. Choosing and preparing cottage cheese for maximum kidney benefit requires attention to labels. Look for low-sodium varieties, as regular cottage cheese can be high in salt. Also choose plain cottage cheese without added sugars. You can add your own fresh fruit, a drizzle of honey, or herbs and vegetables for savory preparations. The fat content is a personal choice. What matters most for kidney health is the protein quality and sodium content. Aim for about half a cup to 1 cup of cottage cheese, 3 to 5 times per week for optimal kidney support. One delicious way to enjoy cottage cheese is to blend it smooth with lemon juice, garlic, and fresh herbs to create a creamy dip. This transforms the texture while preserving all the kidney protective benefits. So there you have it, 4 powerful proteins that can help support your kidneys while you're taking amlodipine for blood pressure. Eggs with their complete amino acid profile and anti-inflammatory choline. Fatty fish like salmon and sardines with their kidney protective omega-3 fatty acids. Legumes including lentils, chickpeas, and black beans with their gentle, fiber-rich plant protein. And cottage cheese with its favorable phosphorus ratio and slow-digesting casein. Each of these proteins has been studied in adults over 60 managing blood pressure with medication, and each one has shown real benefits for kidney function. You don't need to eat all 4 every day. The key is variety and consistency. By rotating these kidney-supportive proteins throughout your week and reducing your reliance on heavy red meats and processed proteins, you're giving your kidneys the best possible chance to stay healthy. Remember that critical mistake I mentioned at the beginning? It's eating too much protein at once. Your kidneys can only process so much protein at a time, and overloading them creates unnecessary strain. Instead of having one large protein-heavy meal, spread your intake throughout the day. Have eggs for breakfast, cottage cheese as a snack, legumes at lunch, and fish for dinner. If you found this video helpful, please tap that like button right now. It truly helps us reach more seniors who need this information. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click the notification bell so you never miss our new videos on blood pressure management and healthy aging. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these 4 proteins are you most excited to try? And if you have any kidney-friendly recipes to share, please drop them below. Your tips and experiences help everyone on this journey. Taking care of your kidneys while managing blood pressure doesn't have to be complicated. With the right food choices, you can enjoy delicious meals while giving your body exactly what it needs. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take good care of yourself and those kidneys of yours. They're working hard for you every single day.